Shalom to all! Today's daf is Rosh Hashanah daf Yud Tes. We are starting 15 lines from the top, the fourth word on the line. And today's daf is sponsored Lilu Nishmas, Maris Miriam, Sarah Basar, Yaakov, Moshe, her Neshama should have an aliyah, and Lilu Nishmas, Rabbi Yechmiel, Mordechai ben Reb Chaim, his Neshama should have an aliyah. Now we were discussing Gil's Tainus, which was a list of all the days that were mini Yom Tovim because of Nisan that happened. We said it's usher to fast on these days, and some are even usher to deliver a hesper, a eulogy on them. Now Rav and Rav Chanina held that Megillus Tainus was batal after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, but now we continue asking on them. Mas Rav Tovi Bar Masna, it says in Megillus Tainus, Be'esmut Mania Bay, on the 28th of it, referring to the month of Adar, Atas Besurta Tafta de Yudai, a good piece of news came for the Yidden. It was good news for the Jews. Delay Eden Moirai, so they don't have to remove themselves from the Torah. And what was the background to this story? Shagazar Machas Gzera Shloyask B'Torah Shloimus B'Neim Shechal Shabbasais. The ruling kingdom, which was Rome at the time, they made a Gzera that Jews aren't allowed to learn Torah and they're not allowed to give their children bris milah and they have to be Mechal Shabbos. So Master Yehuda ben Shamuel v'Chaver, what did Yehuda ben Shamuel and his colleagues do? They went to ask for advice from one Roman noblewoman. All the important people of Rome, they would spend time by her, so she knew what to say. She told them, you should go out and protest tonight, make a hafgana. They went, they made a hafgana in the middle of the night. At their hafgana, they said, for the sake of Shemaim, for heaven's sake, are we not brothers? Are we not sons of the same father? Are we not sons of the same mother? Your forefather is Esau, our forefather is Yaakov, so we're relatives. Why are we different than every nation and language? That you make these very challenging gzeros on us. It's very hard. Why is it that we are singled out? And after that, ubitlam, so the Romans were involved with these gzeros. So that day, asu yantif, they made it a yantif. And now here's the question: if you want to say the Megillus Tainus was batal after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, are you telling me that the earlier dates that were written about in Megillus Tainus, they were batal? However, now these later dates we're adding them on. How does that make sense? Why would we be batal the earlier dates and add new dates that we're going to keep to? And if you want to suggest hachanami here also bismach Beis Hamikdash kaim, that actually Beis Hamikdash was still standing at this time, that can't be because about Yehuda ben Shamuel, Talmid Shor Meir, Rabbi Yehuda ben Shamuel was a Talmud of Rav Meir, and Rav Meir Basar Hachihava. Rav Meir was after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. Rabbi Yehuda ben Shamuel was a Talmud of Rav Meir, who was a Talmud of Rabbi Kiva, who was a Talmud of Rabbi Lezer, who was a Talmud of Rabbi Yechon ben Zakkai, and the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed in the times of Rabbi Yechon ben Zakkai. And how do we know that Yehuda ben Shamuel was a Talmud of Rav Meir? The Tanya we have a brayso. If we have a glass keli that became tummy, in order to take away its tummy, you have to break it. So what did he do? Instead of breaking it, he made a hole in it, so now it's not usable. And then he filled that hole with avar, which is lead. Amar Shem Gamliel says, Yehuda ben Shamuel metame. Yehuda ben Shamuel says it reverts back to its original tuma. Mishum Rav Meir, he said that in the name of Rav Meir. He holds the status of the kli depends on what's holding it together. And since this glass kli is usable now that it has a metal filling the hole, it's like a metal kli, and therefore it reverts back to its original tuma. They say it's tahar. It does not become like a metal kli. It still retains its status as a glass kli, and it is tahar. But what do we see from here? That Yehuda ben Shamuel was Rav Meir's Talmud. He lived after the Churban Abayis, and therefore we see they established a new mini yontif. It must be that Megillus Tainus wasn't mevatel. So the Gemara answers, you're right. Tonight he has actually machlekes tonight whether or not Megillus Tainus was mevatel. The Tanya we have a brayso. Hayom ha'elak sum Megillus Tainus. All these days they're written about in Megillus Tainus. Beimus manche Beis Hamikdash kaim, whether the Beis Hamikdash is standing. Beimus manche ein Beis Hamikdash kaim, whether the Beis Hamikdash is not standing. Assume they are usher to fast, and some are even usher to deliver hesper on them. They have Rav Meir. That's Rav Meir's opinion. Rabbi Yisrael, he says Beimus manche Beis Hamikdash kaim, when the Beis Hamikdash is standing, assume, so they're usher. You're not allowed to fast on them. Some of them you're not allowed to deliver hesper on them. Because these are days of simcha. Ein Beis Hamikdash kaim. However, when the Beis Hamikdash is not standing, mutarm, so then they are permitted to fast on and to deliver eulogies on because it is a day of mourning for them. And the halacha is batul, that action Megillus Tainus was batul. And the loy batul, the halacha is that it wasn't batul. The Gemara asks, hold on 1 second. Kasha hilchasa. We have a kasha halacha and halacha. Was it mevatel or was it not mevatel? The Gemara answers like kasha. There's no problem. Kan b'Chanukah Purim, kan b'Shar Yomim. Chanukah and Purim, they were not mevatel. We know that we still have Chanukah and Purim nowadays. However, all the other days that are written about in Megillus Tainus, we do not keep to those days after the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. And we had said in the mission that Bezin sends out messengers to tell everyone when Rosh Chodesh is. Al El B'nei Rosh Hashanah. They would send them out to tell them when Rosh Chodesh El is, so they can know when Rosh Hashanah is. And Val Tishrei, they would send them out for Tishrei B'nei Takanas HaMoedos, so we can establish when the Yom Tovim of Tishrei are. The Gemara asks, hold on, Kivin Narav Kilahu El, since they're going out and telling everyone when Rosh Chodesh El was, Tishrei Lamalahu, why is it they have to tell everyone when Tishrei is? We had said that El was always a 29-day month, so why do they have to go out and tell everyone when Rosh Chodesh Tishrei was? Everyone knows when Rosh Chodesh Tishrei was. And V'chitim, if you want to suggest Dilma Brula El, that perhaps that was the year that they extended El, meaning El was a 30-day month, not a 29-day month, so everyone has to know that Rosh Chodesh Tishrei is actually a day later than they thought it was. But the Amar of Chinra Bar Kahana, Amar Rab, he says, from days of Ezra and onwards, we never find that they extended Elul. They never made it a 30-day month. So the Gemara answers, that's not a question. We didn't find that they extended Elul for hundreds of years, but that's only because Delay Itzrich, they didn't need to. There wasn't a reason to extend Elul to 30 days. However, Ha-Itzrich, if they did deem it necessary to extend Elul, then Ma'abrina Le, they would extend Elul, and that's why they have to send out messengers on Tishrei to say, by the way, we didn't extend extend Elul or we did extend Elul, it was most probably that they didn't. However, they were just assuring people that we didn't extend Elul. But now the Gemara asks, why would you extend Elul anyway? Hamakalka Rosh Hashanah, you're messing up Rosh Hashanah. People in Chutz La'aretz, they kept Rosh Hashanah on the 30th day from Elul, and if you're telling me that was actually a 30th day of Elul, that means they really should have kept Rosh Hashanah the next day. So why are they going to do that? They're messing up Rosh Hashanah for all the people in Chutz La'aretz that didn't know that they extended Elul. So the Gemara answer is Mutav Tekalkal Rosh Hashanah. It's better that they messed up Rosh Hashanah for a few people, for those that live in Chutz La'aretz, and that all the Ma'idas don't get messed up, because we want to make sure that all of Klal Yisrael keeps all the Yom Tovim Tishrei in the proper time. So it's better that some people kept Rosh Hashanah on the wrong day, as opposed to having all of Klal Yisrael keep Rosh Hashanah and Kippur and Sukkot on the wrong day. And Dekanami, it's meduik that it's like this. Diktani, our Mishnah said, Al Tishrei, the reason why they send out these messengers for Tishrei is in order to fix up the Ma'idas, Shma Mina. It didn't say in order to notify people when the Ma'id is. It says in order to be metaking the Ma'id. So we see over here, we're trying to be metaking something so that people don't mess up. Shma Mina, that's a raya. And we said in Mishnah, Mal Kislev B'nei Chanukah, the Shluchim are going to be sent from Bezin to tell everyone when Rosh Chodesh Kislev was, so they can know when Chanukah is. And Val Adar B'nei HaPurim, they're also sent out at the beginning of Adar to tell them when Purim is. And now says the Gemara, V'ilun Sa'abar Hashana Yotzim Afal Adar Sheni B'nei HaPurim like a Tani. It does not say in our Mishnah that if they decide to extend the whole year, make it a leap year, make it an Iber year, and add on another Adar, we do not say that they go out at the beginning of the second Adar to tell everyone when Purim is. And from the fact that we didn't say that, Masisim to like Rabbi, it must be that our Mishnah is not like Rabbi. The time we have a bride, so Rabbi Yomer, he says, Emnis Abra Hashana, if it became an Iber year or a leap year, Yotzin Afal Adar Sheni, so then the messengers of Bezin go out to tell everyone when the beginning of Adar Sheni was as well, Mibnei HaPurim, so that everyone can know when Purim is. And Leim B'Hakim, let's say this is a machlokes between Rabbi and the Tan of our Mishnah. The Marsov, the Tanakam of our Mishnah holds, Kol mitzvahs hanoigas b'sheni, all the mitzvahs that are supposed to be done on Purim in the second month, meaning in the second Adar, noigas b'rishon, so they also could be done in the first month, meaning if you kept Purim and all the mitzvahs of Purim in the first month, in the first Adar, so you don't have to do them again in the second Adar, and therefore there's no reason to notify everyone when the second Adar is, because we already did all the mitzvahs in the first Adar. And Umar Sava, Rebbe holds, Kol mitzvahs hanoigas b'sheni, all the mitzvahs that are supposed to be done in Purim in the second month, ein noigas b'rishon, they are not allowed to be done in the first month, and if you kept Purim the first month, that's not sufficient, you also have to keep Purim the second month. And that's why according to Rebbe, we have to have messengers telling everyone when Rosh Chodesh Adar Sheni is as well. The Gemara says, Loi, that's actually not their machlokes. The Kuli Alma mitzvahs hanoigas b'sheni ein noigas b'rishon. Everyone holds that the mitzvahs of Purim in the second month really are not able to be done in the first month, and therefore if you kept Purim and all of its mitzvahs on the first month, you have to do so again on the second month. So what's the machlokes to Tanakam and Rebbe? They're arguing about the extension of the year. When we add on another Adar, how long is Adar Rishon? Titani, we have a brayso. Kamer Iber Shana, when we decide to add on an Adar Sheni, how long is the first Adar going to be? So Tanakama says Lamed Yom, it's 30 days long. Rabbi Shem Gamliel, he says Chaydash, it's a month long. What's a month? Right now we're understanding that a month means it's 29 days long. So the Gemara asks, that still doesn't explain to us why one Tana would hold that we are going to send messengers out for Adar Sheni, and the other one will hold that we won't send out messengers Adar Sheni. Because Mashna Lamed, what's the difference when we say that the Adar Rishon is a 30-day month, the Yadi, they're going to know when Adar Sheni starts, so Chaydash Nami, even if you're going to say that it's a 29-day month, Yadi, they're also going to know when the beginning of Adar Sheni is, so there's no reason to send out messengers. So Amar Papa, he answers, Manda Amar Chaydash, the Manda Amar, which is Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, he holds that Adar Rishon is going to be a Chaydash. That doesn't mean that it's always going to be 29 days like we thought originally. It means Ratza Chaydash, Ratza Shleishim. If Bezin wants, they can make it 29 days. If they want, they can make it 30 days. And since we do not know how many days it's going to be, that's why we would have to send out Shluchim to say, by the way, it was a 29-day month, it was a 30-day month. And that's the source of our machlekes. According to one Manda Amar, it's always 30 days, and therefore there's no reason to send out Shluchim for Adar Sheni. However, according to the other Manda Amar, it's not always a 29-day month, it's not always a 30-day month, and that's why we need to send out Shluchim. And more about Adar Sheni, Hey Rabbi Shub ben Levi, Mishum Kal Kadisha Yerushalayim, Rabbi Shub ben Levi gave a testimony in the name of Kal Kadisha of Yerushalayim, Al Shnei Adarim, that whenever we have two Adars, Shemakachin Isim, we're going to Mekadesh those two Adars, B'yom Ibu Rehen, on the day that if we would decide to extend the month, we're going to Mekadesh the day on that month. Remember, that means to say the Chasein Avdina Malay and Layavdinon, that the two Adars are always going to be Chaser and they're not going to be Malay, which means that they're always going to be 29-day months, and on the 30th day we're going to be Mekadesh them. And Lafukin min Darsha B'nacham Archizda, this is to exclude that which B'nacham Archizda darshan. What did he darshan? Hey Rab Simai Mishum Chag Zecharia Malachi. The Rav Simai said in the name of Chag Zecharia Malachi, Al Shnei Adarim, about these two Adars, Sheim Ratzu Lasaisim Shnei Malayin. If Bezin wants to make both of them Malay, wants to make them both 30 days, Aisin they could do so. Shneim Chasein, if they want to make them both Chaser, 29-day months, Aisin they could do so. Echad Malay, Echad Chaser, the first one Malay, the second one Chaser, Aisin they could do so as well. And Mekacha Inoigin Bagayla, that's what they used to do in Chutz La'aretz. And Mishum Rabbeinu Amru, in the name of Rabbeinu, meaning in the name of Rav, they said, Loilam Echad Malay, Echad Chaser, the first one is always Malay, the second one is always Chaser, Ad Shivad Lacha, until it becomes known to you, meaning from messengers that came from Eretz Yisrael to Chutz La'aretz, until it became known to you that way, Shakar Rosh Chodesh Bismani, that Rosh Chodesh was set in its proper time. So we see clearly that this memra in the name of Kal Kadisha Yerushalayim is not like Rav Nachman Bar Chizda darshaned. And more about Adar, Shochel Elam Har Ukva, they sent to Mar Ukva the following halacha: Adar Samach Nisan, the Adar which is right before Nisan, La'ilam Chaser. It's always going to be a month which is Chaser. It's always going to be a 29-day month. Now, Masr of Nachman asked the following question: we have a mission that says, Al Shnei Chadashim Mechalas HaShabbos. There's going to be 2 months that Eidim that saw the new moon, they're going to be able to be Mechal Shabbos. They're going to be able to leave their Tchum to go to Bezin to be able to give testimony they saw the new moon. Al Nisan Val Tishrei, regarding the establishment of Chodesh Nisan and about Tishrei. That means that if they're going to be giving Eidos about Rosh Chodesh Nisan, that we're also going to be determining how long Adar is based off of that. So Yamar B'Shleim, if you're going to tell me that Zimnin Mali, Zimnin Chaser, that sometimes Adar right before Nisan is going to be Mali, sometimes it's going to be Chaser, Misham Hachim Chalinon. That's why they have to be Mechal Shabbos, because we have to know if it's Mali or Chaser. Chafam and Alf on the top. Eli Amr Elam Chaser. But if you can tell me that it's always Chaser, it's always a 29-day month. Amai Mechalinon. Why is it they have to be Mechal Shabbos? We know it's a 29-day month. There's no reason for them to be Mechal Shabbos for us to know when the month is. We already know how long the month is going to be. So the Gemara answer is no. There's a different reason why they're Mechal Shabbos. Mishum the mitzvah l'kadosh al riyah, because there's a mitzvah to Mekadosh the month based off of the sighting of the new moon of the witnesses. And if we're going to Mekadosh it without their sighting, so we're going to Mevatel this mitzvah, and that's where they're going to Mechal Shabbos, so we can get this mitzvah of Mekadosh it al riyah. Now, Ikadamri, some say that actually went the other way around. According to the previous version, Rav Nachman was trying to disprove the statement that Adar before Nisan is always Chaser. According to this version, Rav Nachman was actually trying to prove that statement, already starting with the assumption that the month needs to be Mekudesh al pi riyah. And Rav Nachman, he said, Afananim Tanina, we actually learned in a Mishnah that the Adar before Nisan is always Chaser. Al Shnei Chadash Mechalas HaShabbos, there's going to be 2 months that Eidim going to Mekadosh the month, they're actually going to be Mechal Shabbos, Al Nisan Val Tishrei, for Nisan and Tishrei. And here comes Rav Nachman with his proof. Yamar B'Shleim L'Elam Chaser, if you're going to tell me that Adar before Nisan is always Chaser, Misham Hachim Mechalinon, that's why they're going to be Mechal Shabbos, the mitzvah l'kadosh al riyah. It's a mitzvah to Mekadosh the month based off of their sighting of the new moon, and therefore they're going to be Mechal Shabbos in order so that we could Mekayim this mitzvah. Eli Amr Zimnim Mali Zimnim Chaser. But if you're going to tell me that sometimes Adar before Nisan is going to be Mali, sometimes it's going to be Chaser, so Ma'il Chalinon, why should we have to be Mechal Shabbos for that? No, let's just be Ma'aber that month. Let's extend it a day. Instead of making it a 29-day month, let's make it a 30-day month. As we said, it could be 29 days, it could be 30 days. Let's be Mekadosh it tomorrow, meaning let's be Mekadosh it after Shabbos, and that way they will not have to be Mechal Shabbos for that. So it must be that Adar before Nisan is always Chaser. But now the Gemara tells us Rav Nachman can't use that Mishnah as a raya. Either Ikol Yom Shleishim B'Shabbos, if the 30th day fell on Shabbos, Hachinami, so you're 100% right that they would have to be Mechal Shabbos in order to Mekadosh the month. But Hachamaiskin, what's that Mishnah talking about? The Ikol Yom Shleishim B'Echad B'Shabbos, the 31st day fell on Shabbos, and the reason why they would have to be Mechal Shabbos is the mitzvah l'kadosh al riyah, is because there's a mitzvah to Kadosh the month based off the sighting of the new moon, and that's the reason why they're Mechal Shabbos. And therefore, in this version, it comes out that the Mishnah is not a raya for Rav Nachman that Adar before Nisan is always Chaser. However, it does come out from here that it is a mitzvah to Mekadosh al pi riyah. And now the Gemara asks on that. Masr Rav Kahana, he asked the following question from a Mishnah. It says, K'sham Mikdash Kaim, when the Beis HaMikdash was standing, Mechalan Afal Kulam, they were actually Mechal Shabbos for all the months. Anytime Eidim saw the new moon, they would have been Mechal Shabbos in order to give testimony. And why is it that we're going to be Mechal Shabbos? Mnei Takanas a carbon. That's in order to set the carbon in its proper time. We want to be able to bring the carbon of Rosh Chodesh in its proper time. And what do we see from here? From the fact that we see that all the other months, the reason why we're allowed to be Mechal Shabbos is not because we have to be Mekadosh al riyah, it's because we want to make sure that we bring the carbon in the proper time. So Nisan v'Tishrei Nami, Nisan and Tishrei as well. Lav Mishum the mitzvah Mekadosh al riyah. The reason why we're able to Mechal Shabbos is not because it's a mitzvah to Mekadosh al riyah. And now we continue. Yamar B'Shleim, if you're going to tell me Zimnin Mali Zimnin Chaser, that sometimes Adar before Nisan is going to be Mali, sometimes it's going to be Chaser Mishum Hachim Chalinon. That's why we're going to be Mechal Shabbos, because we don't know when it is, and we have to make sure that we establish it on the right day so we can bring the carbon in its proper time. Ali Amr L'Elam Chaser. But if you're going to tell me that Adar before Nisan is always Chaser, it's always a 29-day month, Amai Mechalinon, why would he have to be Mechal Shabbos for that? We already know when to bring the carbon. To Yufta, so this is a disproof. It must be that we do not have a raya that Adar before Nisan is always Chaser. We're going to stop here for the day. Pick up with this tomorrow. For now, everyone should have a wonderful day.